What is up, everybody? Welcome on into the Friday show here at Alarm Fantasy Football. I'm your host, as always, Andrew Cooper. I'm on this channel all 5 days of the week when we do the metrics, when we do the waivers, when we do the trades, when we do the start sits, all that stuff that has to be done. But guess what happens on Friday? On Friday, I get to have my friends on, and we hang out with the gang, and we make a little FFPC lineup. So today I have my good buddy Alfredo Brown on. Alfredo, how are you doing, bro?
Hi, I'm doing so good now because you called me a friend, then you called me a buddy. And you know what? I felt it from your heart. Like it wasn't the radio friend here. It was it was
No,
it
of
was
course
real,
not,
real
dude.
buddy, real buddy.
I
And I
mean, we've
loved it.
had that's the thing. Like, we have hung out a bunch in real life. We've stomped around Las Vegas, hung out at the expo. We've done a bunch of shows. Like, that's the thing, man. In this industry, you make friends. And you know what, everybody out there, I want everybody to know this. In the year 2025, internet friends are real friends.
That's
Okay.
right.
To me, they have been for a long time, going back to my days playing SOCOM on the video games and all that. But, like, you know what, dude? We have the technology. Okay. So you don't even have to meet up in real life. I got tons of friends with the Fantasy Alarm family. I got tons of friends in the chat today hanging out with all of us. We got Death Wish in here, still hasn't figured out how to change his name, but we know who you are, Mark. We got Robbie in here. We got Jim Romedy. The whole family's here today. Everybody's hanging out. That's what we're doing.
Beautiful.
So it's good times all around, man. Speaking of which, yesterday, did you get boomed by Puka Nacua in any leagues, Alfredo?
He helped me in a couple of dynasty leagues
You
here.
did you did the
So
booming.
I was the boomer, not the boomy. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, like one of the few times I'd be happy to be a boomer. So there we go. Puka. Dude, I mean, you could probably just say like we could have expected this, with Devontae Adams being out, but like you never expect something that big, nothing that crazy. It was great.
And you got that's the thing, is the overtime, the cherry on top, all that. Like, it's beautiful, man. Probably gonna I do have him in a best ball, not best ball mania. My best ball mania team's in trouble, but I got him in the Pomeranian, I think. My Pomeranian Puka in a pod with no other Pukas. Peter Piper, pickle pepper, right? Like, where
At first I was like, are you doing this on purpose? Because if not, this is phenomenal.
That's what's going on, dude. So I'm doing okay. Hopefully the chat's doing okay. Hopefully you guys avoided Colby Parkinson. Alfredo and I were talking about it. We were marked safe. We both had him ranked 10 or later in our rankings. So hopefully you guys did good there. But here's what we do, folks. We on Friday, we go in and we go through and hit all the matchups, and we pull out all the top names to make an FFPC lineup. Right? That's what we're doing here. So we're going to go through each one. Here, why don't I just pull it up right now? I know everyone likes to see Alfredo's beautiful face and his amazing hair, but we're going to put you and me over here on this little square, just so everyone can see this.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and here's what we're doing. I took the liberty of putting every team in here with the over-under, which is the total points that Vegas is predicting for the game, the spread, which is how much they think the better team's going to win by, and using that, we can figure out the implied point totals for each team, right? So Eagles, Commanders, 44.5, 6.5 point favorites for the Eagles. Vegas is kind of predicting the score to be 25 or 26-19, right? That's what they're saying. And we can use that information to help us build these lineups. So we're going to go through, hit on each one, throw some names in here to make an FFPC lineup. For those that haven't played FFPC, which Alfredo informed me that he's never played, here's how it works. It's a weekly contest, much like the other DFS, but unlike those, no draft, no salary. The only rule is you can't pick two players from the same team. So you couldn't have, it already happened, but you couldn't have had Stafford and Nacua. You would have had to pick one or the other. And even though Stafford scored 30 points, you'd have been better off having Nacua. That's kind of the challenge with some of these really good teams here. Our lineup is obviously going to be absolutely bonkers because those are the only restrictions. And if you want to get set up and play with us, I suggest getting set up right now. Use promo code ALARM. They'll give you $25 when you deposit 35 or more. Not to bury Alfredo even further, but now we're going to put a QR code over here. To put you in the little square. Here, you know what? While we're talking about this,
I've never looked better.
We'll put you in the big square. We'll put you in the big square while we talk about this. So use promo code. Go ahead and point to that QR code for me, Alfredo. There you go, right there.
Got it. Bang.
Use promo code ALARM. Get set up with myffpc.com. Isn't it awkward being up on the big screen like that? Yeah.
Hated every second of it.
Yeah. Get deposit 25 deposit 35 or more, they'll give you $25. I suggest you do 45 because these contests cost 35. That'll mathematically give you $70 to get into 2 of them. And you're also going to want to reserve your spot in the FFPC playoff challenge that's coming up soon. That's basically this same contest, but you pick your lineup and you're stuck with that lineup through the entire playoffs. So extra layers of fun. That one's crazy, Alfredo. I suggest you try that one out if you have.
My brain cannot comprehend all that.
Oh, dude, it is so wild, man. And it's tight end premium, and the Super Bowl is worth double. So you kind of have to map it out, but you don't. The teams that won last year didn't have quarterbacks in the Super Bowl, which was so wonky. It's very cool. But are you ready to dive into
wild.
this week's slate, Alfredo?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
All right. So this is PPR and it's tight end premium. We're starting 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 4 flexes. So pretty much can get everybody we want in there. There's 2 different slates this week, folks. You can do the Saturday one or the Sunday one. I picked the one that included the Saturday games because we're doing it Friday. So get in on that. First game here, Eagles, Commanders. We'll start on the Eagles side. If you were picking the chalk of the chalk plays, we're talking we only want like top 10 running backs, top 10 wide receivers, and top 5 quarterbacks or tight ends. What would you be looking at from this Eagles team as possible options?
Oh, man. I mean, Jalen feels kind of easy here at quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm always going to defer to you and your expertise on this. As much as I like AJ Brown this week, like there's also just the shot that the Eagles receivers don't do much, but going up against Commanders, that secondary has not been great. So AJ Brown would be my wide receiver here. I think it's just going to be Eagles all the way across the board here. I think it's Saquon, and then I think it's Goddard.
I think we put them all in. Goddard. So the thing, Goddard, he's such a weird player where he's scoring touchdowns, but he doesn't do well versus man to man. Typically, he doesn't get a lot of end zone targets. It's a lot of gadgety stuff. You know what I mean? They're doing all shovel passes and weird stuff.
Like last week is behind the line of scrimmage,
right?
For him. Like,
yeah. So I don't know if I want to use him in this, but in my regular rankings, I do have him like 6 because Washington's been terrible against the tight ends. What about on the Commander side? 19 point implied total. Anybody you would even consider for something like this where we really want the chalk?
I mean, I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to like make excuses in my head.
Right.
The running back situation is so split now.
Can't touch it.
Wide receiver, best thing is maybe going to be Terry McLaurin, and I don't have him in my top 20 this week.
Not in the top 20, yeah. I mean,
he's my wide receiver 21 right now.
So one thing,
so when I say outside,
one thing we started doing here is that Rich Rebar was the one that started this. We put players in there, even if we're not going to use them, to ward off evil spirits. So if you say to yourself, like, oh man, I don't want to use him, but I am scared of him, we put him in there just out of respect. Because if you leave them off the sheet, then they're going to go off, you know?
This makes all of the scientific sense in the world, and I back this.
It truly does. It's been proven throughout the weeks here that if you leave off a chalk play off the sheet, at least, then they go off and they hurt us. So okay, we'll leave that for this game here. That's about what we want to do. I don't want to go any farther on those teams. A couple people in the chat were throwing some questions around. Non-tight end premium, would you go Marv or Loveland?
Ooh.
And again, folks in the chat, this isn't really a huge question and answer show. We do like a million of those all week long, but we do try and do a couple here and there. And Dunn's always hanging around. She got that question in before the show even started.
Yeah, I mean, I feel a lot better about Loveland this week than I have in past weeks. With Marv back, it's tough because I know he's not going to be 100%, but the way Jacoby Brissett's been slinging it, and this game in general going up against Atlanta where the secondary hasn't been good, I'd lean Marv. I think there's better upside there.
Yep. I'm as high as I've ever been on Loveland. Have him ranked top 5. I'm still starting Marv. He is high. You're right. The upside's higher. He runs higher A-dot routes. He can do more in terms of yak. You just got to go there. Real quick one here before we jump back into the sheet. Please factor in whether T. Higgins, Christian Watson, or Woody Marks will be in or out. Need 1 wide receiver, 2 flex. Higgins, Sutton, Reed, Waller, Marks, Judkins, Hampton, Harvey. So quite a bit going on there.
Oh, daddy. Okay. Well, I don't love what's going on with T. Higgins. That's been weird, him
Right.
missing practices.
Now, if he fully clears concussion protocol, though, the assumption is that he's a full go.
Yeah, and it is Miami, but I also wonder like how much of that game just gets totally out of reach and they don't have to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
Um I, yuck. Okay, let's do this. If I almost want to go all three running backs that are here. If I'm gonna pick, I think I'm gonna go Judkins, Hampton, and Harvey out of
Yeah.
these
Well,
three.
no, one has to be a wide receiver. He has
Oh,
the
one has to be a wide receiver.
two
Okay.
flexes, one wide receiver. That would have been the easy way out for sure.
Yeah, okay, then I'll take out Hampton just because 'cause I'm not sure what the split is
Yeah.
gonna be. Give me Sutton, Judkins, Harvey.
Yep. That's how I have it. That's how I have it as well. So awesome. We were able to get there on that one. Let's jump back in here. Packers, Bears. This should be a good one. Absolutely crucial real life game. We start on whichever side you want, Packers or Bears.
We'll work our way down like we normally would with a book here. Well, I guess if I'm going between the quarterbacks here, I like the matchup better for Jordan Love out of the two quarterbacks here. I know Caleb was a little bit hotter last week, but I would go Jordan Love at quarterback.
Yeah.
Wide
I'm
receiver.
not sure we're gonna end up with either of these quarterbacks this week because I think we're
No,
gonna
but I
be able
mean,
to find somebody.
that's the goal here, right? Is to at least write the names out.
I mean, do you have Jordan Love ranked top 10 this week?
I
For
do not.
quarterbacks, we actually only want guys that are ranked like top 5.
Okay, so we'll make that the rule then, and I won't waste time
Yeah.
with those then. All right, cool. At wide receiver, is same thing. We want to. What number are we expanding that to?
So
Like top
basically,
20?
we're gonna be able to get the lineup is like 12 players long. Two are kicker and defense, right? Or let's see, QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end, and 4 flexes. So we need 10 players here. So everybody, there are here's the thing, there are limitations because you can't start 2 players from the same team, but
Right.
everybody in our lineup is going to be either a top 10 wide receiver, top 10 running back ranked this week, or a top 5 tight end or quarterback. We should be able to pull that off no problem because that's 20 players. And it's not like 10 of those guys are all on the same teams together. You know what I mean? So we should be able to figure that out.
Then if that's the case, then like I'm gonna be really honest. I don't love anyone from this game as like a top. Like no quarterbacks for me are gonna be top 5. No tight ends are gonna be top 5. I have Loveland outside of that. And then the wide receivers and running backs, Josh Jacobs would have been the guy, but there's already the injury concerns, and
Mm.
I wonder if he's going to be on a pitch count. Like I'm cool with just putting the name there, so
I
we
think we
have
gotta
it.
put him in. Yeah, put the
Yeah.
name in there. And I do have Loveland top 5, so I'm putting him in
Okay.
there too, just out of respect. But you're right. Here's the thing. When I did the show earlier this year with Bob Harris, we realistically could have done the show in about 4.5 minutes. We had a lot Bob has done this with me for multiple years now. We actually finished in the money last year and finished like 6th this year. He's very good at it, but he knows the deal, and he's like, "Yeah, no one from this game." And then we just
Yeah.
jump back in the chat and ask some questions. So feel free, like on this next game, when we look at the Browns and their 15-point thing total, feel free to just be like, "Nope, no Browns," and we can skip it and we can jump in the chat and we can talk about whatever we want. You know what I mean? Like you were able to get through that one quick, so now we can answer this question
Let's do it.
and through Pearsall in there. Would you go Pearsall? Oh no, there's a different Marv question. Marv Pearsall or Tyler Warren?
Okay. Is there an update on Pearsall that he's playing? Because last I checked, we were still unsure.
Yeah, we're still unsure on both those guys, but Marv is leaning more towards being in there.
Yeah. If that's the
Optimistic
case, I'm
for
going
Pearsall.
optimistic. Oh
He's
boy.
got 2 different injuries though. I'm staying out of that business.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like the optimistic, multiple injuries. Juwan Jennings has also been running really hot, catching
Mhm.
touchdowns.
And
So
Kittle.
yeah, Kittle too. I'm gonna stick with Marv here.
Stick with Marv. We're with you. Okay, next game here, Bills Browns. Let's start with the Browns real quick. Anyone's name even need to go on the sheet? Are you fanning?
No.
It is tight end
No.
premium, but the Bills are such a terrible
Uh,
matchup for tight ends. Maybe
yeah,
arguably the worst matchup for tight ends.
it's not good. Like I do have Fannin. I'm double checking right here. I've got him at tight end 7 on the week. That's just more about how I'm looking at tight end right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Me too.
I
I'm in
don't.
this like a same spot where I'm like, at a certain point, the dude got 14 targets last week, so you can't rank him like 12. You know,
Right. Right. It's like you have to put them all somewhere. But like the offense just it's been so up and down. And this is a tough matchup. I
yeah.
don't love it.
Yeah, the one good game they really had was against the Titans, who like everyone in that secondary is hurt. So staying out of it. On the Bills side, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put his name in there, right?
Obviously.
Who else you want to put in there?
Well, I think we got to go Cook at running back.
Gotta put him in there too. That's gonna be the decision. Like a lot of these, this contest comes down to in your mind, you're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna put in all these chalk plays. But at the end of the day, it really does come down to like Cook or Allen, or it comes down to like which
Mhm.
Eagle, you know. So that's gonna be something with some bridge when we cross it. We also do need a tight end in defense. Um, sorry, Linda, but I just kind of put them over here. Every once in a while, we just say like, okay, yeah, we could use the Bills defense, but are we going to? I don't know.
Yeah.
Usually we sort that out afterwards. We just kind of fill our lineup
Okay.
with stars, and then we'll just circle back and be like, oh, wait a second, we didn't use the Texans, a Texan player. Let's use the Texans defense. So,
Yeah, I feel like the defenses are so easy to come back and look at those implied totals and be like, okay, we know what our top three are, who's going to be getting the turnovers and the sacks and everything.
why don't yeah, I'll put this for the format for the beginning here. We'll do one game, one question. So we hit that game. Question from Mark.
Bet.
I still have no idea what I'm doing at RB2. Obviously benched Walker yesterday, and of course he goes off. Yeah, I do. Walker found his way back into one of my lineups. I put Rashee Rice in, then he hit the concussion, and I moved him out. So I kind of backdoored my way into having Walker in, which is nice. Mark's practice.
I almost took him out of my lineup, and I hit submit right as the game started, and on Sleeper it just grayed out on the screen for me, and I was like, oh man! And then he goes off. I was like, see, I knew it the whole time.
Bank error in your favor, dude. Let's go. Collect $100. Okay, so Woody Marks. Let's say Marks goes. Carter's obviously the starter. Would you go Woody Marks or Carter if both are starting?
Marks.
Yeah.
If Marks is good to go, like I'm starting him against Las Vegas. Carter, there's still like the concerns of like how much does Amari Mercado get? I'd start Carter as like a flex. But Woody Marks to me is like pretty firmly in the running back 2 discussion as long as he's healthy.
Yep, fully agree. So yeah, Death Wish, keep an eye on that. If he's a full go, we're going. Buccaneers, Panthers here. Starting the Buccaneers side. So again, I love this time of year. Super meaningful real life game, right? Who do you think wins this game?
You know, we have this joke that we've been talking about where like Bryce Young is basically that manager, like right before the higher up execs come in to check on the team and like the numbers and everything. And he shows up and everyone hits their goal and everyone gets to keep their job for one more quarter. And like he goes into Q1 like, all right, guys, let's do this team. And like he does really good at the end of the year. So I kind of have this feeling we might get a Panthers upset in this game. The Panthers, they haven't fully figured it out, but I'm leaning an upset here.
It could easily happen. I like the coach, and you're right, Bryce Young. He came on hot last year. He almost knocked off like the Chiefs and the Eagles down the stretch, and it looks like that's happening again, dude. He knows the year-end financials are coming in. You got to boost those numbers up, dude. Right?
The customer satisfaction scores got to get up here for Bryce Young.
He's just like sending refrigerators to people who didn't order them, knowing they're going to get returned, but it's okay because it's after the quarter.
He's the server at the restaurant. It's like, hey, we're doing a thing here. Managers want to see how many of us can get 5-star reviews. You can just put Bryce Young in the comment.
Right.
Thanks.
Please, order the prime rib. I'll hook you up. All right, Buccaneers, Panthers, Buccaneers side.
I don't want to go with
4-point passing touchdown, by the way.
4-point passing touchdown. Okay, that helps.
Turnovers are nerfed. Turnovers are actually nerfed to like only 1 point.
Okay. I don't think I want to go with either of the quarterbacks here. I think Bucky is really interesting in this one. So I'd put him in there at running back. I don't have enough faith in either of the Panthers running backs at the moment. Like they're not anywhere near the chalk for me. Closest to chalk for me at wide receiver is going to be Mike Evans. And this burned me last week because I was not sold on him being back. And of course, it's like a 12 target.
How could anyone be?
Right.
And he also only played like 50, 60% of the snaps. He just, when he was out there, he got the ball every time. I mean, That's just Baker Mayfield business, but it was the industry capped it right in that he would be a part-time guy, and he just got
Mhm.
peppered up. So now we correctly move him back to Hall of Fame wide receiver level, right? Like,
Dude, I got lucky because and a friend asked me advice. Like he's like, I got Mike Evans, Michael Wilson, Chris Godwin. Who do I go with? And I was like, well, not Evans or Godwin, man. And Wilson's been on such a hot streak. It's crazy to bench him at this point. And both Godwin and Evans have touchdowns. And he's like, dude, I don't know. That might have been a bad call.
I got
Luckily,
11.
luckily Wilson came through.
He came through, caught 5 of 11. So the volume's king. That's why, again, that's another reason why I can't rank Harold Fannin super low this week because like it's a bad matchup,
Right.
but they got nowhere else to throw it. So yeah, I'm with you on that. Evans or Irving. Panthers, I don't know if we really need to use anybody.
No, I think they're in Browns territory. This is,
Yeah.
bottom of the barrel stuff. I mean, the Panthers at this moment might be a better actual football team than fantasy asset team.
Yeah.
Like I'm still starting Teterow McMillan, but he's nowhere near the chalk for me to put him in one of these lineups.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm with you. We don't need it. Question from KJ Frederick. Guys, do us a favor if you could and just try and set these up as like a hey, one of these two guys rather than setting your whole lineup. If you and
Yeah.
we love you, KJ, but like if you're a Fantasy Alarm member, feel free to post your whole lineup in the Discord and we'll address it there. It's just on the live show, it's kind of hard to go through and be like, oh, here's how we'll set your whole team. So would you roll out Bo or Aaron Rodgers for this one?
I would have Bo
Me
Nix
too.
higher than Rodgers.
Me too. And
It's
for the rest of the lineup here, I don't really. I mean, you're starting like a question like this, like you don't got to put CeeDee Lamb in there in the question because you're starting him no matter what.
right.
Um, I think that lineup looks good with that, and I wouldn't start Coker. Like Coker would be the odd man out from that lineup.
Yeah, I think Hendo and Trayvon Henderson, RJ Harvey at your running backs. Michael Carter can be your flex. CD, Michael Wilson.
Yeah.
I think you're good.
So that's how we're living, man. Next one here, Chargers, Cowboys, 49.5 point over under. So we're going to want people in this game. Chargers side, what you feeling, man?
Okay. Chargers side. Football Guys had Justin Herbert really highly ranked this week. And I feel weird because I'm one of the few people that is just like, I'm not there. I've got him at quarterback 11.
Me too.
So okay, cool. We're okay. I don't feel crazy.
No, we're on the same page with that. Because it's like, dude, there's all these great options, like even Brissett and Purdy and like Jackson Dart with his upside. Like I just can't. Herbert's got a broken hand. I know it's a good matchup, but I can't go there.
I'm excited about Amari Hampton possibly getting more work, but I don't have him in my top 12. He's at running back 16 for me this week.
Yeah.
So he's near there. And I think that might be it. Have we gotten a ruling on Quentin Johnston yet? He's out.
Yeah, we're not going to go Quinn Johnson. The thing with the Trey Harris basically just plays his role exactly when he's out. Like I'm not kidding. When Quinn Johnson is out, I just put Trey Harris exactly where I would add Quinn Johnson.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
There's no reason not to.
What I was going to say here is like, even with him being out, the crazy thing, and maybe I'm giving too much context, but like, I don't even know that I'd be starting Ladd McConkey or Keenan Allen here. Like it's been really bad.
Ladd McConkey has 3 catches over the last 2 weeks. It's not awful to say that. Like he hasn't been delivering. And what hurts?
It's such a good matchup.
What hurts?
Which is what's crazy.
What hurts people the most for Ladd McConkey and Tyreek Hill and T Higgins is how close in proximity they went in ADP to Jackson Smith-Njigba. Like you sat down and you picked Ladd McConkey over JSN, that hurts. It hurts even more than just having a guy that's not doing well because like the league winner was right there. That's the painful business of fantasy football. On the Cowboys side, I'm going to start with this: CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens if you had to pick one.
If I have to pick one, I think I'm always going to go CD.
Me too.
Just like that's where my brain is going to go every single time.
Any interest in Dak in this one?
Let me just double check my rankings.
Yeah. Oh, you're in there. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I got Dak at quarterback 7, so he's like right on the cusp for me. Okay. I think he's worth a name, right?
Worth a name, right? And then where do you have Javonte Williams? I know he's hurt his shoulder a little bit, but like he's been great.
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually have him relatively high. He's my running back 9 for me. I've got him in the exact same spot as Josh Jacobs, where like They can be smash starts, but I'm still a little worried about the injuries, but they can be productive RB1s this week.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm fully with it. Mark wants to know first Brissett versus Purdy, which that range of quarterbacks for me is it's a little dicey and spicy for sure.
Dicey and spicy. I like it.
It truly
Um,
is.
Jacoby Brissett is like the streamer start of the week, but I have Brock Purdy higher in my rankings. Brock Purdy is my quarterback 6 on the week, right ahead of Dak Prescott. So I'm good with starting Brock Purdy this week.
Those are all the names, man, where it's like Purdy, Prescott, and Brissett for me are all so close. I do have Purdy one spot ahead of Brissett, so I'm going there too. So yeah, go. It's not
Yeah.
stupid to start Carter and Brissett. Those are your best players, but I like the Purdy and
Yeah.
Brissett move.
Mhm.
And then you said Watson. Oh, that's the rest of that. Christian Watson, Waller as my tight end. I'm
Got it.
starting Waller in my spot in a lot of spots because I don't care about floor. I care about ceiling.
Right.
And yeah, I think you have the lineup right with the first way you had it there, Frederick. Next one here, Bengals, Dolphins. This is your home turf. Your Miami
Woof.
Dolphins. I'm shocked.
Woof.
When I look at this, like, I feel like Duke Tobin needs to be fired. How are the Bengals not more than 4-point favorites against Quinn Ewers here? Like, how is that possible? Because he built a
Dude,
bad team. He doesn't know how to build a defense.
did you see the Joe Burrow posted and then deleted Instagram story?
Oh, what'd it say?
It was something to the effect of like it's been real Cincy or something like that. And then on the bottom there's the tiniest little hashtag that said skull.
No way.
Yeah.
What? That
Yeah.
can't be real.
He post it was on his Instagram. Maybe it's fake, but that's what what was going around yesterday was that he posted it and deleted it almost like instantly, but
What?
enough people caught that and were like, "Whoa."
Bailing on his former college teammate, Jamar Chase, to join his former college teammate, Justin Jefferson. That would be wild business, dude.
It's just jumping X's back and forth. That's crazy work by Joe Burrow.
As always, for those that ever join any of my shows, I choose to believe all rumors are true until proven false. So until that has been proven false, it is true.
It's a great way to live life.
Yeah, of course, dude. Much more fun that way. So Burrow, hey, ball's in your court. If you want to come on the show, either this one or tonight, Sirius XM, come on and prove that that's false. Otherwise, I'll assume it's true. You know where to reach us.
It's a good marketing move.
Right? Otherwise,
It's a really good marketing move.
Otherwise, it's true. You can come defend yourself. Channel 87 tonight, 6 to 8 p.m. with me and Howard Bender. All right, Bengals side. Do you have Burrow ranked top 5?
I do.
I do.
Do you
have Chase ranked top 5?
I do.
Do you have Chase Brown ranked top 5?
Double check. No.
Do you have ranked top 10?
I do. I have him at 10.
All right, let's get them all in there. It's an easy way to rock that one. And what about your Dolphins? I think you got one in
just
there.
H-N.
Yeah. But just H-N, but H-N's definitely on the table, right?
Oh, we could be looking at like a 30-touch game.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So I think we're going to be starting him. For sure.
I would agree.
Kevin Walker, Fantasy Football Terrorist. Yeah, that's classic rug pull move. Unbelievable, dude. Yeah, let's go, dude. And give a big shout out. Don't forget Alfredo Brown, the Football Guys Nation. A lot of good folks over there too. But yeah, we got a lot of look at that. Toronto Dave in the house with the likes for Laney. A lot of good vibes coming in today. A lot of good vibes. Jonathan Rivera wants to know, need one wide receiver, 2 flex out of Aaron Jones, Gadsden, Jalen Waddle, Buka, Terry McLaurin. So let's start. One has to be a wide receiver.
Yep. If one has to be a wide receiver, I'm going Terry McLaurin there.
Bingo. Yep. Okay. Now 2
and
flexes.
then yuck. Okay, here we go. Aaron Jones would be my other flex.
Agreed.
And I feel gross saying this, but I'm gonna have to say it. I think I'm going Jalen.
I'm going Jalen Waddle too, dude. I have it the same way. I just wanted to test and see if you felt the same way. But look, ball's got to go somewhere. And Quinn Ewers, we don't know yet. We don't know, man. People are like, that's part of the reason I'm starting Waller in some spots. It's like, dude, Shadur Sanders was the 3rd string QB on his team. At one point, he was the 4th string QB, and he came in and decided that he was going to throw the ball to Harold Van in every play, and that could happen for Waddle, and it could and Waller, and it should happen because those are the two good players on the team, and the same guys are still calling the plays. So I'm scared of the floor, but the ceiling is still high. So I'm with you on those same guys there. Chiefs Titans.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, this actually kind of fits what Quinn Ewers did at Texas too, which is just get the ball out quick into playmakers' hands.
Right.
There's a lot of, Jalen Waddle and Isaiah Bond were my comps for, or Isaiah Bond was my Jalen Waddle was my comp for Isaiah Bond, and that's like a player that he's very used to. So last time Quinn Ewers came in against the Browns, it was all just slants
Yeah.
and quick screens. It's just getting the ball into Waddle's hands.
And that's what the offense is, right? And his leading pass catcher was Gunnar Helm, and Darren Waller is a bigger body than
Yep.
Gunnar Helm. So we'll just lean into it, and we'll just hope that it can be serviceable. And I think it can. And Vegas thinks it can too, because like this Browns game, 15-point implied point total. I mean, the Titans have 17. Dude, the Vegas thinks the Chiefs are going
Dolphins are ahead of the Chiefs.
yeah, they think they're gonna score 22 points. So let's go. I think the Chiefs are gonna whoop the Titans here. Titans secondary is absolutely destroyed. But it is Gardner Minshew. But Gardner Minshew, he's no slouch, right? He's fun at least. Anybody first, let's just start with the Titans. Anybody on the Titans you would even think about starting someone?
No.
Yeah, okay, good, easy. Chiefs, though. Also no. I mean,
Also no. Also no. I mean, if Rashee Rice gets cleared, I'm considering it
yeah. I'll
because
put these guys'
so much
names
of what
in
he
there.
so much of what he does is play calling. It's not like he's getting open. It is designed plays for him. So if he
Right.
plays, I'm into it.
Yeah. Right. And
I don't love it
I'll
though.
put Kelsey in there just because this team, Alfredo, this secondary, they of the 5 starting secondary guys, the 3 corners and the 2 safeties that they released on the official depth chart, the unofficial depth chart to start the year, only 1 is actually active. Amani Hooker. 2 of them got traded away. The other 2 got hurt. They've Alfredo, they've been starting rookie safety Kevin Winston Jr. at nickel corner, completely out of position. He suffered a season-ending injury this week. So did safety Xavier Woods. So did the other safety Mike Brown. They lost 3 safeties. They're starting guys off the street. They're starting like Kyer Elam. Titans their defense is a mess on the back end. So I don't know.
I like this.
Kelsey,
I've got Kelsey as my tight end 5, man. Like I'm actually like willing to make him our starting tight end.
That's where I'm at too. We might have to do it. We'll see how things shake out, but we got bad matchups for some of the top guys. So it's on the table. Hog Dog in the house. Flex Henderson, Waddle, or Tet.
For me, it would be between Henderson and Tetero and McMillan, and I think I'm going to lean Henderson here.
When you're doing a tiebreaker like this, you got to ask yourself what's the most fun, and the answer is obviously Henderson. Guaranteed touches.
There's just so much more upside.
Yeah. What about Mac, Purdy, Brissett? Mac. Oh, Ted McMillan. That's from the other one. Purdy or Brissett?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, huh.
Yeah, we already said Purdy on
Max
this.
Jones.
We already said Purdy on this.
Yeah, Purdy.
So there you go. Next game here, Jets Saints. Again, Jets, skip them. Or Breece Hall. Where do you have him?
Breece Hall. No. Breece Hall is running back 19 for me. So
same. Yeah. All right. What about the Saints?
Tyler Shuck is fun bad right now, and the Saints are fun bad, but I don't have him in any like starting caliber territory. If I am looking at a player, I am considering Chris Olave, who I have as wide receiver 10.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I mean, depending how things shake out, on the table. And I don't mind starting Juwan Johnson like a full PPR league, like a regular redraft league, but we're just gonna have better options here. Got to start 2 from Mr. Least. Got ETN with a tough matchup and Javonte in right now. Would you play Carter, Waddle, Estime, Reed over? Would you play any of those guys over ETN? I don't think so.
No.
So leave it the way you got it, brother. Leave it the way you got it. Vikings, Giants here. Vikings favored ever so slightly here on the road against the Giants. On the Viking side, do you trust any of these guys?
No, it's hard. Like Aaron Jones is a fun flex play and sleeper and guy that I've been talking about, but for this format where you're like you need someone who's going to absolutely go off or be a surefire thing, no, I can't trust anyone on the
We
Vikings.
need to run pure here. I'm telling you, the difference between the winning team and the next team a lot of these weeks is like 3 players. We gotta run pretty pure here. So I'm staying away from the Vikings too. I'm with you, man. What about the Giants?
I don't think there's anyone. Like I'm trying to see for some of these teams if I can like fit a player in there.
Right.
I don't have Wandale high enough. I don't have Tracy high enough.
Right. These are guys that
Jackson Dart maybe 5 weeks ago would have been
you're
something, but
starting
no.
them in your real league, right? Like in your real league, you're
Mhm.
starting Tracy, you're starting Aaron Jones, you're starting Wandale, just like you said, because they're all ranked top 24. And every league I'm in has at least 2 running back and 2 wide receiver spots in a flex. Every single one. So, but in something like this, you can't get that excited about it, right?
No, dude, that's I'm not in.
Now, what about Coker or Godwin? I've seen a lot of people in on Coker. He's got a decent floor, but I don't know. Are you in on Coker?
What is in?
Yeah.
Like I'm in to an
Are you in?
extent,
Are
I
you in
guess.
Dynasty? Are you happy having him in Dynasty?
I'm fine with him in Dynasty. Like, I don't think we're gonna be looking at a guy that's more than a wide receiver 3 in
If I
fantasy.
offered you a second round
Just
pick for Coker in Dynasty right now, what would you do?
second round pick.
Okay, yeah. So you're out. And
Yeah,
I would take the second round pick as well. So we're on
yeah.
the same page. There's just a lot of people that are really in. And I get it. He's fine. The thing with Dynasty though, your team has to be so top heavy to win. And I just can't imagine a world where like I'm like, yeah, Jalen Coker is in my lineup for the championship, and I'm gonna beat the second best team in my league. That those comments always come back to bite me, you know. I
Yeah.
like, you know, I could have said the same.
Jalen Coker week,
I
everybody.
swear 5 years ago, I said the same thing about like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I was like, he's gonna be next Tyler Boyd, you know. It's like if somebody clipped this.
You
But
fool.
Jalen Coker is the next Amon-Ra St. Brown. I expect one of you guys to come back and clip this. So and clip this part too. Cheers to you. But yeah, we're going Godwin.
Got one.
Okay, Vikings Giants are staying away. Maybe we'll use a kicker from that game, like Reichert or something.
There we go.
Falcons. Oh, maybe we use the Vikings defense. Put that on the sheet.
That's fun.
Right, they do a lot of blitzing, right?
That's fun. Yeah, Brian Flores, man,
Yeah.
loves to blitz.
Jackson Dart. I mean, I love Jackson Dart. He's so fun to watch.
Jackson Dart loves to take contact,
Loves to
so
get sacked, dude. A lot of his
he's gonna invite the
the
blitz.
great thing about Jackson Dart, this used to happen with Tony Romo all the time too, is you'd watch the game and they're doing so much escaping and running around that you're like, oh, he played good. And then you look at the box score and you're like, wow, when did he get sacked 6 times? But like you know what I mean? Those little plays where you escape and then you like dive down 1 yard short of the line of scrimmage, that's a sack, you know? So like at the end of the day, these guys that play that way, it's good news for DST. What about
For sure.
Falcons, Cardinals? Falcons? There's gotta be somebody on the Falcons.
Oh, I mean, for sure. Bijan Robinson, I want at running back. It's a very, very good matchup. Arizona's been bleeding points to running backs lately. Drake London, if he's healthy, of course. Kyle Pitts, right
Get
there
him
as
in there.
well.
Get him in there.
Yeah.
And then we'll make a decision later.
Uh,
We'll kick that can
yeah.
to future us.
Right. That's Alfredo from 15 minutes now. Problem.
Yeah, afraid of 15 minutes now is a
He'll
problem. Uh,
he'll deal with that.
he'll deal with that. For now, let's talk Cardinals, man. I mean, I feel like this has to go in
Man.
here out of respect.
Yep. Yep. Got to respect the name.
Yeah. What about
Gotta
yeah,
respect the name.
what am I doing? McBride.
McBreezy.
Yeah, not the best matchup, but I mean, he had a terrible matchup last week and he went hamburgers.
hmm
Um,
I think that's going to be it for me on the Cardinals side.
because the wide receivers kind of split each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's right, though. And I think we're probably just going to end up starting McBride. Back to the old Chatsky. Likes for Laney. We love it. My daughter Laney made her first appearance on the show earlier this week.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Hope Myers sent her a homemade Patriots shirt to wear. So she popped up on the show to show everybody, and that was a lot of fun.
Does she have a favorite player?
She does, yeah. Every time you ask your favorite player, she says Tom Brady.
Love it.
Because we just watched
Love it.
Tom Brady highlights, so that's the name she knows. And every time she sees any jersey, she calls it a Tom Brady shirt. So like I'll be wearing my Ben Coates jersey, and she'll be like Tom Brady shirt. I'm like, yep, That's right.
Never change, Laney.
Never change. Raider Dave with an excellent point here. The lineup's going to be fire because everything is better with Alfredo. Fact.
That's right.
Fact. What's up, all you amazing and beautiful people? Love this combo of Alfredo and Coop.
Heyo.
It is a great combo. And
Thanks.
I'll tell you, if you want more Alfredo and Coop, go check out the episode of the Pretend GM that I did on Alfredo's show, one of my favorite shows of the year, because we talked about thinking rather than just talking about chalk players. This show is the exact opposite of what your show is. Right? Like Alfredo's show is about like deep thought and important stuff. And this show is about like just pure chalk, ruthless fantasy, right?
Who is the best NFL player for fantasy football? Go.
Yeah,
Like,
that's literally
that's
this one. So I'll tell you what, in honor of my episode that I did with you, I named our team here. On the show, I asked you to ask Jay Felicio his favorite stocking stuffers, and he gave me the best but worst answer. Because he was like, think of something sentimental that only you and your significant other like are in tune with, and you can prove you're a human being and show them you care. And I was like, dude, that's not what I wanted. I wanted you to say like a specific item that I could just buy. You know, I don't want to have
fuzzy socks, Jay. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
I don't want to be thought. If I wanted to be thoughtful, I would have had my own thoughts. So he's like saying that his wife loves these specific chocolates and he loves Funyuns, which like that doesn't help me. I'm not getting my wife Funyuns. So good answer, but also bad answer. So our team name is Felicia's Funyuns.
Nice. I love it.
That's
Felicia's fun.
That's the team name this week. I'll just say yeah, thank you. Thank you, but no thank you, dude. Didn't help me at all. But good answer by him. All right, Jaguars, Broncos, dude. Jaguars side.
I'm surprised that the Jaguars total is this low this week with how hot they've been running. Trevor Lawrence has looked good. Travis Etienne has looked good. I know the Broncos D is tough, man. I don't have Trevor Lawrence as a top quarterback play, despite how hot he's been lately. So damn hot right now.
Right.
The running back, I've got Travis Etienne as my running back 10 at the moment, or running back 11 at the moment. Excuse me.
We'll put him on the sheet anyway.
Yeah,
and we might use him.
I think
it's just
worth it.
That's the thing. With no Tootin, conditions would have been perfect with like any other matchup. Matchup sucks.
Also, I'm just here to spread the gospel of LaQuint Allen, and I want to have as much LaQuint Allen propaganda out in the world as possible. He's the best pass blocking running back in the league, and he's a fantastic receiver, and he's still only like 16 years old.
Why don't they give him the ball, dude? He plays a ton of snaps. Let him have the ball every once in a while, dude. Like,
I love LaQuint Allen.
What would you say that you do here, LaQuint? He's out
for real.
For real though, like I remember the Titans game. He played like third, like it was like 20 snaps and didn't touch the ball once. I'm like, just give the guy the ball every once in a while. Keep defenses honest. Give the guy carry every now and again.
Dude, he was such a good running back coming out of Syracuse too. Like I was actually genuinely surprised when he went so late in the draft. He's young. He's like kind of wiry framed and all that, but he'll have a good
now's a chance though with Tootin out. You know, 2-man backfield.
Yeah,
5 touches this week.
You can see.
What are you setting the over under at? 5 touches?
I'm gonna go over. Definitely over. I'm gonna put it at 7.5 actually.
7.5, dude. Now we're talking like DFS dart throw on some of the platforms where you have salaries and stuff. Ooh, maybe
he might be the full-time passing down back there. And you got to give Travis Etienne some breathers every once in a while.
You're going to get a shout out on the SiriusXM show tonight because we go through position by position and hit DFS for the other sites.
Let's go.
I'm gonna say, you know what, Alfred, and that bails me out too because it's not my take. So I'll be like, Alfredo Brown on the show today said that LaQuint Allen with no base shell Tootin is in dart throw territory. Those are my favorite takes.
It's such a good bus throw disguised as a compliment.
Yeah. Well, those are my favorite takes because if it's right, people will remember that I said it. But if it's wrong, I'll say, go back and listen. That was Alfredo's take.
You're just the messenger.
I'm doing this for a while, dude. So good take. We'll see. Broncos side here. Definitely players that can be used, players that have been hot. What do you think, man?
Bo Nix is a no for me.
Yep.
you're right in saying there's players that can be used in fantasy because like can be used. Just how you're going to translate that to this.
Let's just get right to it. Where do you have Cortland Sutton ranked?
Let me pull that up. Cortland Sutton.
Top
I have him
15?
at wide receiver 17. I'm at 17.
We're probably not going to use him, but good matchup for him. He gets hot in fantasy playoffs. And no Harvey probably against Jags run D, right?
No. I just can't.
I don't want to either.
I don't
want to either. Estime or Genti? This is a real question all of a sudden. From a real person.
I hate fantasy.
We're not laughing at the question. Yeah, we're not laughing at the question. We're laughing at how stupid
it's a legit question.
It's a legitimate question. I'm starting Genti.
This is a legitimate question.
I can't do it. Can't do it.
So Dave and I had this conversation, Dave Kluge, we were on the Football Guys Fantasy Football Show, and we were talking about it where it's just like, man, there's like, it's tough because we're talking about Ashton Jeanty or Michael Carter and Ashton Jeanty or Kenneth Gainwell. And I'm like, dang, I think I'm starting all those guys over Jeanty this week. But like Estime, I think we've gone too far. I'm still willing to start the starting running back who is a better player in Ashton Jeanty over the maybe starting running back who's going to split time and just simply not be as talented.
Exactly. Nick Underhill said that Estime will probably be out there for the first snap, but we don't know what the split between Evan Hull and him will be. So I'm with you. Just you got to lean into that, dude. You can't lose that way. You're in big trouble anyway. I'm not gonna lie to you. Steelers Lions here, 52 point over under. Lions favored by 7, so they're gonna have the highest implied point total by a mile. So Steelers side, anything there?
No, I can be convinced on DK Metcalf, who I have higher than most weeks. I've got him at wide receiver 13 this week. And normally I'm like always out on Metcalf. The running backs for the Steelers are fun, but I wouldn't have them for this format. Tight end, get real. It's Arthur Smith's gonna just ruin your hopes and dreams.
Yeah. What about Lions side? This is where we're gonna load up with names.
I honestly might go everybody. Like let's get Goff in the mix. He's my quarterback 8. Let's get Amon-Ra and J-Mo. Let's get Gibbs at running back. No Montgomery for me. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's the way it's gotta be. John Santiago, in my league where you can drop bench players, you drop Sharps for another handcuff like DeMercado. I would drop him. I would consider dropping him for another handcuff, but I wouldn't drop him for DeMercado because if Michael Carter gets hurt, DeMercado is just never going to be an every down player. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
So if you're going to drop him for handcuff, make sure it's somebody like Tank Bigsby. I don't know who's out there.
Yes.
Make sure it's somebody who has a chance to like take over a good role for a good team and actually could be good.
There's different spectrum of handcuff, like guy who becomes workhorse and then guy who just remains in a timeshare. That's what DeMercado is.
That's why handcuffing is so hard, and you should really just focus on handcuffing at this early in the year. I like having other people's handcuffs, right? And then when it comes to the playoffs, when my lineup is already set and I'm in the playoffs and my team is good, I just want to make sure my team remains good. So if I have Barkley, I want to have Bigsby so that if something happens to Barkley, my lineup can be as close to what it was supposed to be, right? So for me at this stage, I'm more protecting myself than I am going out and trying to like rug pull other people. Place to be, start 2, Bowers, Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle.
Bowers, Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle. I'm going Bowers and Smith there.
Yeah. The problem with Bowers and Jeanty is this right here on the sheet, this little red spot here. That is the lowest implied point total. I do this every week. That's the lowest implied point total I've seen this year. Lower than Shedeur Sanders' first game. Lower than, it's the lowest we've seen. 12. Vegas says they're going to score 12 points. Vegas says that they're going to score 1 touchdown at most. So we'll put Bowers on the sheet.
It's not a great matchup either, and I think like for the person who asked, right, it's more about is Brock Bowers going to get force fed the ball even with a bad quarterback, right? Like if it's Geno back this week, right? It's looking like that.
Yeah.
Or is it okay? Because like even if it was Kenny Pickett again, I'd be like, all right, at least he's going to get force fed. Like even with Geno, they scored 0 points last week, and Brock Bowers still gets 8 targets. So like implied point total does tell you. Yeah, no, trust me. Like I get it, but it's just if Brock Bowers is ever, it's like the John Mellencamp joke from The Office. If anyone ever gives you 10,000 to 1 odds on anything, you take it. Like if Brock Bowers is going to get 8 targets in a game, I'll take it.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right. And
Might
that's
be
why I still have
wrong,
him.
but more often than not, I'll be
I
right.
still have him ranked like 3, I think, so I might have to pull him down a little bit. He's Brock Bowers, and this is tight end premium, so he's not off the table. What about Texans side?
Woody Marks is too low for me. Nico is very interesting. I've got him as wide receiver 6. And honestly, I can just be talking and moving him up a spot to wide receiver. I think I will be moving him wide receiver 5 ahead of CD this week. It's a good matchup. And like we can see the exact same thing as last week. Just Texans get ahead early. Nico just bodies dudes out there and gets himself a touchdown early.
He's going to be in our lineup. In our lineup. We appreciate the super chat. He's got 2 questions above. Let's hit those real quick. Sorry, I missed that until now. Need to start one, Evans or Swift. Also have Judkins, but don't think he can be trusted.
Okay. This one's a little more interesting. Let me see my flex rankings right quick.
Yeah. The thing is, Swift, even with the split, Swift has been good, but Evans,
Right.
I mean, the upside for a guy the first game back at 123 yards.
Yeah, I have them relatively close. The problem is that I can see the Bucks Panthers game actually being a shootout, like a fun bad game, whereas I very much see the Packers Bears as being 2 good teams that are in a slugfest, and that game just being ugly, especially if the weather ends up being bad.
Could get gritty. Yeah. Swift has had no bad games, but I'm going Evans.
Yeah.
Well, Swift had 1 game with under 9 points this year, but I'm going Evans. And the other one is Knicks or Caleb.
Knicks.
Yeah, I have Knicks high as well. The Washington's been pretty brutal, dude. So going with that there. Let me just make sure I haven't skipped any other super chats. Again, folks, this one today isn't really a big start sit day. This is more kind of us going through and making an FFPC lineup. We do have a full start sit show as always this Sunday. It's at 11 to noon. I will be on with John and Pemba, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You don't have to join and be a paid member. If you are a paid member, you get to skip the line. If you do a super chat, you get to skip the line. But we are actually turning on subscriber only mode this week because we got 300 questions 2 weeks in a row. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and we'll answer every single start sit. And we'll also, if you're a member of the Fantasy Alarm, you can just go in the Discord and throw your questions in there. So right now we're going to rapid fire a couple quick questions, and then we got to jump in and finish this thing up because we only have a few minutes left.
Yeah.
Pitts or Judkins?
Oh my God. You threw me off guard here. Let's go Pitts.
Pitts, yes. It's in there. Pitts or Judkins again? Well, say it's still the same. Let's see. Deciding
still
on
Pitts.
Harvey or Moore in the flex?
Oh God. Let's go Harvey.
Yeah, I got to go Harvey. Even with Moore being in a better spot, you wouldn't start either. You wouldn't start Moore over Chase Brown, would you?
No.
Start one of Show Lawrence Dart.
I
like Dart. 4-point passing.
Yeah, Dart still. I've got him ranked highest amongst the 3.
Yeah, and then 2 out of McLaurin, Wilson, Pittman, Waddle.
McLaurin, and I hate to still do it, but I think I'm going to go Waddle here.
Yeah, Pittman's a little hard to trust right now. More likes and subs for these classic gents. Yeah, that would be nice. That means the world to us. You can do it for free. Hit that like button and that subscribe button. Absolutely huge. And then you don't miss anything here. Karen asked for a 3rd time, Judkins or Pitts. I think we're still going.
Well, now I changed my mind.
Now we've actually flopped. So there we go. Our guy Matty Strauss in the house, dude. 1 point PPR. Michael Wilson, Kyle Pitts, Troy Franklin, second league, half PPR flex, T. Higgins, Godwin, but already playing Evans estimate.
Okay, so let's do that first one. It's Michael Wilson, Pitts, or Franklin. I think answered a similar question before and went Pitts out of this grouping here. So I'll go Pitts again. And then half PPR flex, Higgins, Godwin, already playing Evans and estimate. If Higgins is healthy, I'll go Higgins here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fully with that as well. In fact, I would go. If these are all flexes, Maddie, I would start.
I would take Estimate out.
I would take Estimate out. Yeah, and that's how I would go. Vikings D is a good play. I have them, I think, DST 6 this week because of the blitzing by the Vikings and the bumbling around that Jackson Dart does. All right, let's wrap these up here, and then we'll jump in and make this team. Patriots, Ravens, Patriots side.
Drake May. It's got to be
Love
there.
that. Love that. Hottest team in football. Can't trust
Yep.
Diggs right now or any of the wide receivers. And Hunter Henry also kind of difficult to trust. So the
Right.
question is, do we put Henderson on the sheet or no?
Henderson's fun, and I'm always a proponent of fun.
We'll put fun on the sheet.
Yeah.
Ravens side, Lamar on the table still for you?
Lamar. Yep. It doesn't make sense, but yep.
Yeah. Where do you have Flowers?
He's already sick again this week. I saw. That's not great. Flowers is wide receiver 16 this week. I keep expecting like the big breakout, and it's just not happening.
Yeah. See, the thing is, when they can run the ball, he doesn't really do much. But then sometimes, they call at him for 10 targets, but you never know when you're going to get that. What about Derrick Henry? No Robert Spillane this week. He's in a walking boot. Milton Williams still out. So Patriots not necessarily that bad of a run defense at the moment.
Yeah, no, I'm still gonna keep Henry as a guy on our list here.
Yeah, good. And then the last game here, 49ers Colts. Anything on the 49ers side, pretty decent, 26.25. That's actually one of the highest implied point totals in the week, second highest.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put Brock in there at quarterback. Yeah, obviously CMC running back.
Kittle in there.
Kittle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have flirted with Juwan Jennings, but if Ricky Pearsall is likely to play and it's optimistic, then I'll keep him out.
The problem that you run into with that is that when we go to make the lineup, we have to say to ourselves, do we start Christian McCaffrey or Juwan Jennings? And the answer is never going to be Jennings.
Right.
Because you can only start one player from each team.
It's true. It's true. My inexperience is showing. Sorry.
Yes, well, I
won't let it happen again.
Well, we put that it happens every week with these, is that like we do it a ton and we put them on there, and then when it's time to make the lineup, we want to put all these like kind of cute plays or whatever, and then we're like, okay, well, do we start Waddle or do we start CeeDee Lamb? Because that's how it ends up shaking out. So we're gonna get in there and do that right now. Once we do the Colts, anybody on from their team for this tight end premium?
Jonathan Taylor's the only guy I'd be considering.
Yeah, fully agree. All right, we're going to do a couple questions, and then we're going to jump in and make this team. By the way, what we're doing, if you're joining us late, we're making an FFPC lineup. If you want to play, go over to my FFPC, use promo code ALARM. They'll give you $25 when you deposit $35 or more. So let's jump in. Last couple chat questions here before we make this thing. Saints or Broncos D? Saints versus Jets or Broncos versus Jaguars?
I'm going to go Saints here. Saints versus the Jets. I've got them as a top 5 defense this week.
Mm-hmm. If Woody plays or doesn't, and Watson does or doesn't, I need 2 out of Woody, Judkins, Reed, Godwin.
Okay, so
Woody's in if he plays.
2. Yeah. I'm just double checking my running back rankings here. Man, the Bills had been a really good matchup for running backs, but they've been a little bit better as the weeks have gone on here. This is a tough one. How do you see it? Because I kind of love the upside of Jaden Reed, but I also think the Packers can, poop down their leg this week.
I'm probably just starting Godwin. Like, Godwin led the team in routes run last week. I think he's going to be back into his main role opposite Mike Evans. Like, I think everything we want Reed to be, Godwin is already that.
Yeah.
So I go Woody and Godwin, or if Woody is out, if Woody and Watson are both out, I go Reed and Godwin. Here's the thing. If Watson plays and Woody's out, then it's probably Judkins and Godwin. Like, Frosty, I think you know how complicated your situation is here. A lot of moving parts. I think that's a question for Sunday morning when we have more information. Pop in and we'll get you squared away on that. So make sure
100%.
you circle back. And the last one before we finish this lineup, are you putting in Monangai over Shakir or Pittman?
You know what?
2 of those guys.
Yeah, you know what? I think I am. Looking at the flex rankings here. Yeah, I'm still good with Monangai over both those guys.
Okay. Which is the other one you would start?
Double checking.
I'm keeping Pittman in there.
This sucks because I've got them back to back ranked. And I've got Pittman one spot ahead. So yeah.
Pittman's the guy. Get him in there. All right, let's jump over now. Before we leave this page right now, anybody when we were going through, what was somebody where you said, that guy I want in? Like somebody you have ranked as the wide receiver one, because Puka and JSN are out. So like already
Mhm.
there he went. Like somebody that you ranked running back one or wide receiver one, who's somebody that you were like, okay, he's in the lineup for sure.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay, good. So we're gonna go. So that's gonna take
I
Gibbs off the
gotta
table. No Jameer Gibbs on our team.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. So Amon-Ra St. Brown is in. What about top?
That Steelers secondary is just so bad.
Yeah. What about top running back?
Top running back that I really want to get in there, Bijan Robinson.
Good. All right. Let's jump over, get them in first. Wide receiver. And again, this is an FFPC lineup. We can start anyone we want, but can't start two players from the same team. So the moment he said Amon-Ra, that means we're not going to have Gibbs. If Gibbs is the best player this week, we are done. But we're willing to make that bet because Amon-Ra St. Brown is in such a good spot here. We're also going to go Bijan Robinson. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay, we need two running backs and two wide receivers. So why don't we go and pick one more running back that we love? That's like, again, we have 4 flex spots. So if there's anybody that you think like, okay, that guy's at least going to be a flex, let's just get him in now. Like we got Achan, we got CMC.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm between one of those two guys, CMC or Achan. CMC feels safer in this because Achan could be a victim of a bad offense, but I just love the amount of touches he can get
Let's
there.
just put
Do we have
them both.
do we have space for both?
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
we
I was
do.
like,
Yeah, that's what's crazy about these lineups. Look at we have plenty of space for all. You can pretty much start anyone that like you think is like the pure chalk. We're just putting them in. So same thing for wide receiver now. Like, give me your top 2 next wide receivers flat out in your rankings.
yeah, Jamar Chase, I think has to be there.
Good. Nico
And
Collins.
then we talked. Yeah, I was about to say we talked about this earlier. Nico Collins.
Yeah. Where do you have CeeDee Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb is one spot behind Nico Collins, so I'm happy to put him in the lineup as well.
Well, let's see, because we only have 2 flex spots now. So now we got to decide now probably a good time to do a quarterback. Okay.
Okay.
We can't do Burrow. Burrow is out.
Nope.
Can't do Goff. So we can't do Purdy.
We got Allen, Hurts, and May all on the board there.
Yeah. So we got Allen, Hurts. Well, where do you have James Cook ranked?
James Cook is running back 5 for me. So if you want to throw him into a flex spot, we can. He's really, I think, the only other running back that I'd be comfortable with throwing in there. And then even as I look down at the wide receivers, I do think James Cook might be my last favorite flex to throw into a lineup.
Right. It's like, where's the tier break? That's what we're looking for. And that's good because when we put Cook in there, now it takes Josh Allen off the table for us. Right.
Right.
So really for me, it boils down to, I think, Hurts or Drake May.
Yeah, man.
How interested are we in using any of the Eagles players, though? We don't need an Eagle.
I don't. No, I don't think we do. And yeah, I don't even know the defense because the defense has a lot of injuries too. So I don't even think we want to go there. Patriots. Do we have anyone else in the Patriots that we're interested in using? I don't think we're using Henderson.
Not using Henderson. I think using May. I mean, that also gives us at least a little differentiation.
Differentiation.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
So go May. Okay.
Let's do it.
Now we need a tight end. And this is this is interesting because we can use
Is it Trey time?
We didn't. Yeah, I think you gotta just go Trey. As boring as it is, like you basically need him in this format every week. Like if you didn't, I didn't have him. Oh, I did have him. No, I didn't have him last.
Well, because we can't go Kittle, we can't go Pitts. I don't think we want to go Bowers, and then it becomes McBride or Kelsey at that point.
Dude,
I think
look
we
at
both
you.
just easily go McBride.
You picked up this format so quickly, and I love that. You're right. It's the simple solution, which now brings us to the last flex spot, where we can kind of do whatever we want. So top available, based on their projections, top available, we can't use Gibbs, would be Taylor, Barkley, Jacobs, right? We're not going to go down to ETN or Henry. So we got Taylor, Barkley, or Jacobs, or we can go with, see what they got for us. We got Chase, or we go with CeeDee Lamb. It's kind of Jonathan Taylor or CeeDee Lamb. It's what it feels like for me.
Oh, we didn't use CeeDee Lamb? Yeah, throw CeeDee Lamb in there.
Yeah. Well, that's it then. We just need kicker and defense. Let's see. And that's why we always kind of do it this way, just go with the leftovers here with kicker and defense.
Okay.
So let's see. We can't use Houston because we used
right. We can't use Buffalo.
We use Nico. We use Buffalo. Saints versus Jets. Is this where we go Eagles defense?
So they're going to be without Jalen Carter this week, and if there was another injury, I can't remember, where I was like, oh, that kind of sucks for them. But
we could do Chiefs versus Titans. Titans have been turnover factory.
Yeah, I wonder though, like, how much do you buy into narratives of, like, with the Chiefs being eliminated, do they care?
Or do they come out even hotter with something to prove?
Oh, okay. You know? Fighting for spots.
Just fighting, just proving they're embarrassed. Then, Gardner Minshew.
I dig it.
How do you have them ranked?
Defenses. You know what? Thank you. Thank you for just making me go do that, because I do have the Chiefs one spot ahead of the Saints.
There it is. Boom.
Let's do it. Chiefs.
All right. Now we need a kicker. Hopefully we got somebody good floating around. Can't use Fairbairn, who's a great play this week. Can't use Aubrey. Can't use Pinero. Ooh, Cameron Dicker.
Dicker the kicker, baby.
It's the Cowboys?
Yeah, he's my third kicker here. So I'm good with that.
All right, so that's how we do it, folks. If you want to get involved, go to myffpc.com, use promo code ALARM. They'll give you $25 when you deposit $35 or more. And you can play against us. Hell, I'll even show you the contest we're in. Right here, the weekly one, 109479. I did that 2 weeks ago, and I challenged them, Alfredo, to beat us. And then somebody from the chat did do that and did beat us. And Bob and I actually finished one spot out of the money, and they finished in fourth. So I should probably stop doing that. But that's where we are. We're Felicios Funyuns. I only put Funyun. I might just leave it at
single Funyun.
Great. But yeah, we are not cheating. This lineup is allowed. Drake May, Devon Achane, Bijan Robinson, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Christian McCaffrey, James Cook, CeeDee Lamb, Nico Collins, Trey McBride, Cameron Dicker, Chiefs defense, dude. How fun is that, Alfredo?
This is high-level analysis. Okay, who do we put in the lineup? The best tight end, the best running back, the best wide receiver.
Just absolute chalk. We can also, you can change it right before kickoff. So, like, I'll shoot you a message on, like, Monday. If we're playing from behind, maybe we pivot from McCaffrey to Kittle to try and pull the rope-a-dope on people. You know, it's like,
I like
sometimes you do stuff like that. So that's it, folks. That's what we're doing here. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. Definitely go get signed up over there and play. The playoff challenge is a lot of fun as well. Alfredo, thanks for staying a little overtime here. I know you got things to do. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you.
Yeah, you can always find me on any of the social media platforms at Alfredo A. Brown. As you mentioned earlier, Coop, I host a show called The Pretend GM, where I bring on guests and we talk all about the ins and outs of fantasy football and how they make their decisions, what goes into their process, making you a better fantasy manager. And now going into the offseason, I already started with some of my first guests that we're going to be talking about the NFL draft and how to evaluate prospects and stuff like that. So all of you dynasty heads out there that are always like wondering, who should I pick in my rookie drafts, guys developing, coming out of college, these are going to be the interviews to listen to. I just spoke with JP Acosta. I'm going to have Matt Waldman. It's Daniel Harms. Like, it's going to be a great group of people that I'm going to speak to. And yeah, all my work's over at Football Guys, so you can always check that out as well.
The best, dude. I really enjoy that podcast. And I know I'm not the only one. I've been getting a lot of people hitting me up being like,
thank you.
Alfredo's podcast is great. And I was like, yeah, his podcast is really good. I'm glad to be on it, dude. But yeah, tons of people on Reddit were like commenting on that one, dude. I see Jeremy hanging in the chat. What's up, man? So
yes,
there you go, man. Big absolutely J. Awesome, dude. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. Thanks for popping by. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe on the way out. But until then,
adios, turd nuggets.